Hi, I'm Len. During the Dragon Boat Festival holiday, I went back to my parents' home. That morning, my husband and I went out a little late, a bit after 10 a.m. We wanted to eat at a local rice noodle shop that we both really like, but I wasn't sure if it would still be open. Luckily, we made it just in time. When we arrived, I realized we were really lucky. This rice noodle shop only sells 200 bowls every morning, and once they're sold out, they close for the day. We got bowl number 191. I ordered just one bowl with 2 different toppings, and my husband and I shared it together. Maybe that's why small city mornings feel so relaxed to me. You don't need a big plan. Sometimes one good bowl of noodles is enough. This was a very generous bowl of rice noodles. Of course, for a small 4th-tier city in China, the price wasn't exactly cheap, 228 yuan, about $4. But it was really delicious. This is one of the breakfast specialties from my hometown, beef rice noodles. My husband and I sat on small stools outside the shop, sharing this bowl together. It was a little hot, but I liked this relaxed feeling, sitting by the street, eating slowly, with sunlight and a bit of wind around us. My husband was enjoying the noodles, then suddenly stopped to tease me. I couldn't help laughing. Every time I come back to my hometown during the holidays, it still feels warm and familiar. I've lived away for more than 20 years, but the food, the streets, and the local accent always remind me that this is where I came from. While my husband was handling some work on his phone, I waited by myself. I saw the owner slicing beef for the noodles, so I sat a little closer and chatted with him. In a small place like this, conversations often begin very naturally. The owner told me that business has been good, but he still hasn't opened any franchise shops. He said running a noodle shop well is not as easy as it looks. The owner has to stay in the shop, pay attention to every detail, and do many things himself. I think that's probably why the food here is still so good. Every time I come here, I can always see him working behind the counter. After breakfast, my husband and I walk back to the car, talking about some funny memories from our past trips. Then we drove to Laoximen, an old neighborhood in downtown Changde. It has more than 600 years of history, but today it also has shops, food, and cultural spaces. I like how the old and the everyday are mixed together here. About 10 minutes later, we arrived at Laoximen. My husband was checking the places he wanted to see, while I was much more casual. I just wanted to walk around and look at the small shops along the street.
哇，还蛮舒服的今天。
We had actually been to Laoximen several years ago. As soon as you walk into the square, you can see the restored old city wall, the moat, and the newer buildings thoughtfully designed around them. There is a water street, stone bridges, and the old wall beside it. So the whole place still keeps a little bit of the feeling of an old riverside city. This Mogongqiao Bridge was rebuilt using old materials and traditional Chinese methods, trying to keep the look and feeling of an ancient bridge. It really has the charm of old China. Then my husband and I went our separate ways for a while. He went to see the places he was interested in, and I just walked along the river, looking at the small shops along the way. This is a three-legged money toad carved from stone. In Chinese tradition, it represents wealth and good fortune. Many people like to touch it when they pass by, as if they are taking a little bit of that luck with them. And now, I'm passing that good luck on to you, too. I kept walking, but I noticed that many of the shops along the street still hadn't opened. It was already after 11 a.m., and this was during the Dragon Boat Festival holiday. It made me feel that business really isn't easy these days. There weren't many people walking around either. I wanted to find a shop for a cold drink, but it looked like that wasn't going to happen. So I sat down for a moment and wondered if I should keep walking. Then I noticed a small unmanned snack stand across the street. There was no one watching it. Some traditional local snacks were placed on the table with only a phone number and a QR code for payment. In recent years, I've seen more and more stands like this at tourist spots in China. In the end, I decided to turn back the way I came. There really weren't many shops to look around in this whole area, so it didn't seem necessary to keep walking farther. After a while, I walked back to the entrance square. My husband and I had agreed to meet there after exploring on our own. I found a place to sit down and rest. Based on what I know about my husband, I had a feeling I would be waiting for a while. But this time, waiting didn't feel annoying. I just sat there and gave myself a quiet little pause in the middle of the day. Maybe this is what I like most about coming back to my hometown. Nothing has to be rushed. A bowl of rice noodles, a short walk, and a little time spent waiting for someone are already enough. After quite a while, my husband finally walked over slowly and asked me, "Have you wilted like a flower yet?"
没什么好看，你都关注。
That was his way of joking about how long he had kept me waiting.
那个波波都已经刷红了。
We talked about what we had seen that day. Coming back here made me feel that time is always moving forward. But there is still beauty and kindness hidden in ordinary life.